What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? First and foremost, man, I want to thank everyone for the love and support. I want to thank everyone for commenting and liking and sharing my videos. I will always be humble for that. And I love y'all for that, man. I really do, man. I really appreciate the comments, man. I be reading the comments, man. I thank y'all so much, man. I thank y'all for rocking with your boy. And I'm continue to try to get better. I'm continue to try to be more concise in my videos. But just give me time, y'all. I'm so used to doing short form videos on TikTok. Now I'm doing long form videos on YouTube again. And I'm just trying to get used to it, trying to figure out pockets and stuff like that. Trying to figure out like when to joke, when not to joke, what to say, what not to say. So I'm learning. So y'all just bear with me, man. Bear with your boy. But anyway, thank y'all, man. I appreciate that, man. Before we get started, please hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. Please hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. Man, you'll see a lot of Africans, especially Africans. They always say that if it wasn't for the white man, we wouldn't have this, because they keep saying that we're privileged. They keep saying that. Like, do y'all hear that a lot from these immigrant groups, especially the Africans? They always say, you black Americans are privileged. Y'all not taking advantage of the opportunities. We come over here with nothing and we work harder than y'all. Y'all always been privileged in America. And I always looked at it as like a big, disrespectful, underhanded comment when they talk like that. Because privilege. What privilege do we have? What privilege was given to us? That's even better. What privilege was given to us in America? Everything here in America we fought for, man. We had to endure some stuff out here. We really did. Our ancestors been through a lot. Not even just slavery. Even the free people had to deal with a lot of stuff out here. See, they don't never talk about the free people. We talk about slavery a lot. But even the free people had to deal with a lot of obstacles out here. Even though they was free, but they still had to watch over their shoulders because of what? Because they knew that there was people that were trying to round people like them up and bring them back to slavery. They had to fight for their land. When certain wars happen, they land might get taken. They had to endure that shit, man. Being successful in certain states in the United States during that time, especially during slavery time, if you was black, if you had some land, let's say some oil, and them people started discovering oil, man, they would do the fool to you, man. We had to fight against that. There was no privilege for us. Even after slavery, during the Reconstruction era, our literacy rate went up. A lot of things that was happening for a lot of black Americans during that time, we were seeing the light, man. But we had to deal with them hating white folks. Them hating white folks said, oh no, we cannot have a leg up. The black people cannot have a leg up, because they saw as soon as we got out of slavery how we excelled in a lot of things. You got to think, man, these people try to keep education from us. They're trying to not teach us. They didn't want us how to learn how to read, how to count money, how to do a lot of stuff. And they wanted to cripple us. They thought we would be mentally crippled. But we wasn't. We knew just think about it, y'all. One of the first things we thought about was building school. Like soon as after slavery, have you saw like some of these old like black colleges or even certain black American schools, and you'll see like 1867, built in 1867 or 1870. That lets you know that even after slavery, we knew that we had to get that education. What privilege? Privilege is you getting a handout. Privilege is you like a Nepo Negro or something. You know what I'm saying? One of them Nepo Negroes that master just gave everybody something. Nah, we had to fight for that. Even at the end of the Reconstruction era, and I love using Tulsa, Oklahoma. I think that's the easiest thing to explain to people. But even with the Tulsa, Oklahoma thing, Black Wall Street, how they destroyed our city. They destroyed our city, man. Now some stores saying the reason why they destroyed it, one, because they was hating, they were jealous of the money we was making and how independent we was, and there was oil on the land. That's one story I heard. Now another story I heard is that reason why they did that was because of they needed something to sit out because a black dude was fucking with this white girl out there and they got caught. and motherfucker got mad, and that's why they went to war. But the crazy part, this is another part I heard about that same story. Even when the dust settled and the and Black Wall Street was burnt to a crisp, that same black man and that same white woman, they went to another state and lived happy ever after. They lived happily ever after, y'all. Now that's the story I heard. Yeah, I might be wrong, but that's one of the stories I heard. And I'm like, man, I don't even want to get into that shit. Just think about that. That second part just pissed me off. These black folks and this white cooch, man. The white cooch destroyed time. Anyway, yeah, we had to deal with that. What privilege. Let me get on that too. Even just dealing with the white woman and how the white woman was destructive held us back. You had a lot of black men, not all black men, but you had black men that was attracted to the white cooch. It was something about that funky honky that niggas loved back in the day, man. They would risk neighborhoods, cities, family members, all that stuff. When you hear stories about white women being R-worded and stuff like that, and a white woman lie, that is true. But keep in mind, a lot of the times when stuff was happening because the black man wanted that funky honky. He wanted to be with that white woman. I'm telling y'all, man, he wanted to be with her. And he sacrificed everybody in his family for her. You hear stories about how families just getting unalive and stuff like that because the black dude didn't want to stop messing with the white girl. But your family getting hung on trees, getting tied to bumpers, the back bumper of a car, and they get dragged on the pavement and stuff, all because you want to be with this white woman. I'm telling you, there was a lot of dudes back in the day, y'all, that risked their own family. I'm talking about their mamas, their daddies, their sisters, their brothers for the funky honky, bro. That's a known fact. I don't care what nobody say. And guess what? Black women too. Even back in those times, there was a lot of black women, especially in Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, that was fucking with them white boys. And they would risk it all. They used to turn in black folks. They used to run like I might be getting the city. It wasn't New Orleans, but they used to run these they used to have like these little gambling spots in New Orleans, right? And it was she was a black woman in New Orleans. And she was fucking with one of the police officers one of them white boy police officers out there. So the police officers used to use the black girl to for information and shit like that, and she'll go back, tell the police like, hey, they got this money over here, they doing this, they planning this over there, and she'll go back and tell it. All for this funky honky dick. Messed up a lot of gambling spots out there for a lot of black people out there, but they don't talk about that. We always focus on, certain that, but nah, it was a lot of black folks during that time that want to be with white folks, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, what privilege do we have? That's not a privilege. You get what I'm saying? And even with the Black Wall Street, we had to rebuild a second time. And they tried to destroy it again. We still rebuilt the second time. We still tried to destroy it again. What privilege do we have? What privilege do we have when they even reclassified us? We have people like Walter Plecker that reclassified us from indigenous to Negro to color to all these things. What privilege do we have even through Jim Crow? Look what we've been through with Jim Crow. We couldn't go in certain places. Certain places we had to wait outside and shit. There were certain things that we needed that certain white businesses had, and we had to go through them, and it had been time we might have to pay a white person to go in for to get that, and they'll charge us extra, put interest on it. It was white people made a business within the when we were segregated. They'll have a bit, they'll charge you interest. So if let's say you want a can of Coke and the Coke was like $1, they're gonna tax you like an extra 15 cents just to go up in there and buy it. I'm telling you, they don't talk about this shit, man. I'm telling you, man, what privilege did our people have? What privilege? Some people, grandmas, man, used to clean these houses, man, used to get abused by them white folks, man. And the woman just didn't say nothing because she didn't want to tell her husband because her husband going to unalive them folk. They don't want to talk about that. What privilege. And she had to do that because she knew she had to make some money for the family. She had to do that because she know her kids had to eat. Her kids had to go to school. But she had to deal with this abuse from these white folks. What privilege did we have, bro? That's what I want to know. What privilege did we have? Civil rights movement. Mainly the civil rights movement, man, we just need funding. We needed funding. We wasn't crying. We wasn't fighting to be with white folk. It was the people within that political, in politics, that want to be next to white folk. But if you ask the average black American, we wasn't fighting to be integrated with them people. We wanted funds, man. We was paying taxes. And we wanted funds. That's just one part of the story. I'm pretty sure other people got other parts of the reason why the civil rights movement came. Some people say because we needed protection because after our young brother, he was 12 years old, he got unalived in Mississippi, come from Chicago, Tillman. What's his name? Tillman? Yeah, Tillman. You know what I'm saying? Well, he got unalived. So we got to think of stuff like that, man. It's what privilege do we have? What privilege do we have? Let me fast forward to the 80s, the crack epidemic. They put crack in our neighborhoods because they took advantage of how they destroyed us in the 60s and the 70s. They always say, this is another thing too, I want to say. They always say, well, the black woman picked government assistance over the black man. I'm going to be so 100 with y'all. I'm finna be honest, y'all. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. I'm from the South. Now, maybe that's some East Coast shit or some Midwest shit or like that. But me being from Mississippi, government assistance did not stop the black man from being in the home. I'm just going to be honest with you. I be hearing folks say that all the time. I don't know nobody, no elder, no nothing ever told me that shit. They never told me nothing like that. They never told me, and I talk to a lot of elderly people, bro. I'm talking about like from the rooter to the tutor. From the good to the bad on what they did. I'm talking about what they did. Not what white folk did, what they did, what they been through, just being around each other. I heard everything from under the sun. One dude said I used to beat the hell out of my wife. One woman said, man, I used to have sex with old mechanic Charlie up the street because my man didn't have no money to pay the bill, so I had to fuck old Charlie that fixed on cars up the street. I heard it all. But one thing I never heard from the old people was that I had to put such and such out because I want to get food stamps. Or I need the government assistance. I need help. I never heard that. I'm not saying it never happened. But I don't think it happened like that. Now, New York niggas, New York people, up north people, I might can see that a little bit. But down south, I couldn't see that. I could be wrong. Somebody educate me. But anyway, niggas just didn't want to be there. Shit, niggas just wasn't there. Or the woman was just crazy. She didn't want the nigga there. Or she was dangling the back. It was just typical relationship shit. Reason why motherfuckers wasn't in the household. It wasn't because of no funky ass government. Niggas just didn't get along. Look at us now. Shit. So after the nigga left, yeah, she got on government assistance. But even back then, there was niggas still propping their feet up while the one was getting food stamp, Medicaid, whatever it was doing. But anyway, yeah, that just hurt me. But even with the crack epidemic, when how they took advantage of the destruction of black people, what privilege did we have in it? What privilege was that? When you have working families turn into zombies, being drug addicts. Then they flip it around and do the 94 crime bill and people got locked up behind something they set up. That we lost. What privilege, man? We make it look good, yo. There are people that went through a lot of BS, man, in America to the point where they had to do things to survive here. They had to become something here. We had to fight through things. They put hurdles in front of us. Potholes. Landmines. Just to get to the next goal. And we still get through there. And we still excel better than the people that just skip to my loot to the finish line. We still beat them. What privilege. We just make it look good. Because we had people before us that fought for us to make sure we had it. We had people that sacrificed their dignity. Think about a lot of elders back in the day had to sacrifice their dignity and their pride. They had to keep their mouth shut just so they could feed their family or keep their family safe or keep the neighborhood safe. Because they don't want nothing to happen to them, so they had to deal with shit. I ain't talking about the motherfuckers that get spat on, that chose to get spat on at these sit-ins and shit, or chose to get. Nah, I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that really had to deal with some shit, man. Had to hold that shit in. And they release that shit as they get older in their 80s and 90s, and that's what they want to tell the story. That was their time to feel like, man, I've been holding this pressure in all my life. And before I pass away, I'm gonna let y'all know what grandma and granddaddy been through. What privilege? We ain't got no privilege. We just make it look good. We better than y'all. We will always be better than them. I would keep that in mind, Black America. We are better than them. Think about all this shit we've been through here. Privilege? Nah, we just make it look good. We fought for that. Nobody didn't hand us nothing. But anyway, salute to everybody. Thank y'all for listening in. I ain't mean to drag it so long, but I appreciate it though. And y'all have a good one. And salute to everybody, man, for supporting my channel. I will always thank y'all. Peace out.
My heart was heavy, when my mind was tired, you walked into my shadows with a quiet fire. Brian Jehovah, you are the truth. Every word you speak cuts straight through. Brian Jehovah, carving my youth into something real, something new. Brian Jehovah, you are the truth. When the lies were louder than the voice inside, you wrote peace upon me, pulled me to your side. Brian Jehovah, Brian Jehovah, you are the truth. Every word you speak cuts straight